Hey, remember that video I uploaded over a year ago where I talked about how I almost committed self-deletion, and how at the end of it I said I was going to make a video about my past and finally clear the name of my old channel? Well, you probably want an explanation as to where my video about my past is, or if I'll ever upload it.
You're making me very uncomfortable. Please leave!
Okay, let me get serious for a moment. As long as I've been on my channel, I never had to make a video about stuff that has happened behind the scenes between me and my friends. Well, at least I don't think I have, and if I did, it certainly wasn't the main focus. I really don't like to leak private messages, because when you leak DMs, it tells people that you're not exactly the most trusting person, and you could leak anyone's DMs at any moment. And if you reveal to the public a private conversation you had with someone, then it's fair game for, well, anyone really to leak private messages they had with you. But unfortunately in this video I will have to leak a few private messages. For one of them I'll black out their name and profile picture, and also give them the alias, Seahorse. The second one is the name's Junkie, and considering that he leaked something that we did not give him permission to leak, I see no problem leaking private DMs I had with him. And some of them are DMs he had with other people, but I got permission from the other party involved to leak them. As for the third person, there will be a surprise for the very end. I'm gonna go through a timeline of events that happened from the present day all the way back before I uploaded my video on how I almost committed self-deletion. You know what? I changed my mind. How about we go all the way back to the moment where I almost committed self-deletion? I'm not going to go into that much detail, but long story short, I used to be a pretty infamous small commentator. Why was I infamous?
Why you bully me? You fucking bitch, why you bully me? Everyone asking.
Well, it's because I got on the bad side of a certain commentary group, even though they were the ones who started drama with me in the first place, and they started falsely accusing me of a whole bunch of shit. I didn't really have a platform to defend myself. In fact, I think I only had like 50 subscribers. It was kind of like the Hopeless Peaches situation, but, you know, scaled down a lot. They turned friends against me, manipulated me, pretended like things were over just to backstab me, and it really messed me up, and I eventually just quit my old YouTube persona and started anew. In fact, the whole reason why I used the robot filter was actually so they never found me. Yep, that was the whole reason why I used the robot filter for so long. I was so scared of these people finding me again that I morphed my voice. Now, shortly after I started my Just a Robot persona, I quickly fell back into the old commentary group I was a part of. You know, the small ones with people like Doodle Tones, Icy Hazard, the name's Junkie. Yep, because of the Doodle Tones drama and the Icy Hazard drama, I got sucked back into the old community that used to shun me, and none of them knew who I actually was. So all the way back in the Sonic 93 drama, after I did my last video on her, I decided to start work on a video about the history of the entire commentary community. The small one, the one that uses avatars. I interviewed and got a little information from people like BoxOvFox, the name's Junkie, and Amy-chan. Eventually I came across the person who I'm just gonna call Seahorse. Seahorse knew a lot, and I mean a lot, about the old commentary community, including the group that harassed me and almost got me to commit self-deletion. But they wouldn't give me any information about this group unless I told them who I was. After thinking about it for a few days, I thought, you know what, I've been hidden for 5 years at this point, might as well just come out and tell them who I am. So I decided to tell Seahorse, with the one caveat being that they wouldn't tell anyone who I was. After I got finished telling my whole story, they suddenly left the call. Later they came back saying they were having computer problems at exactly the same time I finished my story. I made my video about how I almost committed self-deletion to get people hyped up for my next video. The video about my past. Seahorse, me, and a few others all had our videos planned out. Seahorse was going to upload theirs, the next day I was going to upload mine, and everybody else would start uploading their videos one day after another. But Seahorse was having a lot of problems. First, they were saying that parts of the video got deleted, then they were talking about parts of their computer melting, then they said their computer was corrupting their audio, then they said they were having internet problems with uploading the video, so they had to jerry-rig their two routers together, which I'm pretty sure is impossible. I kept on waiting and waiting and waiting, but then I found out that Seahorse told a few people who I was. They told me it just slipped out, but I was pretty suspicious that they went to tell the other people when they left the call with me right after I got finished telling my story.
Ding, 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 ding.
The people who Seahorse revealed my story to told me that it wasn't a big deal, that they let it slip on who I was. Now, it may not have been a big deal to you guys, but it was a pretty big deal to me. But hey, I didn't complain that much, but I certainly was a lot more suspicious of Seahorse after this point. After a while, the, Toby and Hopeless Peaches dramas happened. Long story short, these two dramas were very connected, and unlike basically every other drama I've been in, this one didn't exactly go the way I wanted it to. Now, one of the people that Seahorse told, who was also involved in our situation, was the name's Junkie. And as I'm sure you're all well aware, he leaked the script that me, Manga Comet, and Future Butters all worked on. But we'll get to that later on in the video. Now, after Prismate Luke did his first video on me, Seahorse wanted me to continue the drama with him, but I wanted to apologize. They wrote out some points for me to respond to Prismate Luke with, and I'll put them up on screen now for you all to see it. And yes, Seahorse is the same person who wanted me to bash Luke for thinking White Knight and Simp are the same thing, even though it's a common misconception and it's really not a big deal. Spoctor was the one who convinced me to apologize, and I decided to go with his plan because, well, Seahorse wanted me to respond during December, and I said if I do that, they'll say I'm reviving the drama again, and all Seahorse said to me was, so let them think that. No! I'm not gonna let them think that. That's gonna make me look bad. Now, so far up to this point, I was a pretty chill guy, until I found this comment from Seahorse. Trust me, people have tried to give Jar advice to improve things before, and he just doesn't take it. He sometimes listens to Spoctor, but for everyone else, he flat out won't. Seahorse, I've been holding off on my video for several months. So I confronted Seahorse about this, it quickly turned into a screaming match, and the call only lasted 4 minutes. So I said, fine, if you think I never listened, then I guess I'll just upload the video. They started flipping out, and later I heard they were in the hospital because they tried to commit self-deletion. Wow, all you had to do was apologize for lying about me. But instead you claimed you committed self-deletion. Normally I would believe you, but a 4-minute call can't push someone into doing that. And every time I say I'm gonna upload the video, they threaten to end their own life. That's called a manipulation tactic. And considering how many times they have lied already, I have no reason to believe them. I'm not saying they're lying about this specifically, I'm just saying I don't believe them. Eventually, I tweeted out that I was going to upload the video about my past, and they just said to me, "Sure, why?" Instead of trying to come up with an argument to convince me not to upload the video, I showed them where they lied about me in the comments, which they still didn't apologize for, and they blocked me. Now, I want to ask you guys something. If you don't want someone to upload a video, would you block them? Because I certainly wouldn't. In fact, I think blocking them would be the last thing I would do. But then again, I block very rarely. I've only ever blocked one guy on Twitter, then unblocked him later. And I only blocked 10 people in total on Discord. I was about to upload the video about my past, and then Prismate Luke's video calling me racist came out. I knew at that moment it wasn't the best time to talk about my past. So I guess Luke bought Seahorse a little bit more time. Now I want to make this clear, me holding off on uploading my video is a courtesy on my part. I'm listening to a channel with only a couple hundred subscribers on what I should do, and they just spat in my face. I brought this up to Junkie that, hey, a small channel uploading a video is not going to get that many views. My video is going to get a lot more views and more people will see it. It just doesn't make logical sense that I'm just waiting on a channel that is so small. To which he thought I was flexing about my sub count, which I wasn't. It's a fact that I have more subs, I'm not bragging about it. I also love the part where he said follower count doesn't matter, getting the word out matters. And he doesn't seem to understand that, you know, someone with more followers will get the word out more. I tried to point that out to him, but he thought I was saying that getting the word out doesn't matter. God, Junkie, you're so stupid. I told Junkie I was already waiting 6 months and Seahorse's video still isn't out, to which Junkie said that I can wait a little longer. To which I asked, how much is a little longer, 6 or 7 months? To which he told me to calm down for God's sakes. Now, do you guys notice anything suspicious about the timestamp when I made this comment? Is it older than 6 and 7 months? I would say yeah, it is older than that. By a couple of months, in fact. I was asking a legit question, and he kept on accusing me of being angry over and over, and eventually blocked me. Now we're gonna go a little bit back in the timeline. So, me and Manga Kamen worked on the Toby video together, and it didn't do so hot. Before it was our script, Peaches worked on the script with Manga Kamen and made one grammar correction. And according to Manga Kamen, which I have proof for, she tried to talk him out of making the video, but I was the one who talked him back into doing it. And before someone says, "Oh my god, Yari's defending himself in the Toby drama again." No, I'm not. If anything, I would say this makes me look more guilty. Manga Kamen gave the script to Junkie, and he leaked the script to Omnia, which he did not have permission to do. This made me, Hopeless Peaches, and Manga Kamen look like we were all in cahoots with one another. And it caused all the hate I was getting to also be put onto Hopeless Peaches with all the hate she was getting already. Now, Junkie's argument for this is that, well, Omnia had the right to know. I guess you could say that, sure. But couldn't you ask Manga Kamen beforehand, like, hey, I'm gonna show this to Omnia? And then Manga Kamen says, no, Junkie, don't do that. But she has a right to know. Okay, just at least make sure to tell her that she tried to talk me out from doing the video, and she only made one grammar correction. Alright, I will. Thanks, Junkie. That's really based and dragon-pilled of you. Later on, as I was dealing with the Prismate Luke drama, Hopeless Pieces drama, and the Creepshow Art drama, Manga Kamen told me that the name's Junkie blocked him. Now, after the Creepshow Art drama was pretty much over, I decided to get back to work on the video about my past. Everything was already done for several months, but I still needed to fill up the description. So I pinned a few messages from Seahorse who had me blocked, and I did not know that if you pin a message while someone has you blocked, they can still see it. So Seahorse found out that I was going to upload my video, contacted me, and begged me not to upload my video.
Please leave.
You've yeed your last hog.
The reason that Seahorse gave to me for not uploading my video, was because of some legal court stuff going on. And as you know, videos on the internet can actually, damage a court case instead of help it. So again, the reason changed as to why I have to hold off on my video. But they just needed enough time until December, and then I can upload my video. And by the way, they do this a lot. Every time they tell me they just need 2 more months, but it's been over a year at this point. I of course asked for evidence for this. They said no for legal reasons, which considering the jury-rigging your 2 routers together and the melted computer parts also sounds like a bit of a fishy story. But after they finally apologized for lying about me publicly, which definitely took me a while to get it out of them, I decided to hold off on my video, only if all parties unblock me, and I get evidence for what the hell is going on. After telling them if they don't do it, I'm going to upload my video, which is not a threat. It's no more of a threat than telling someone you'll evict them from your building because they've been 3 months behind on their rent, and you're really just letting them stay there out of the goodness and kindness of your heart. I told them if they couldn't get Junkie to unblock me, they would need to show me evidence for certain things. Literally everything I asked for evidence of, they said they couldn't get it. Like when I asked them to show me that they asked Junkie to unblock me and they said they told him in the call. Unless that call is recorded, that ain't evidence. Eventually, they finally got Junkie to unblock me. We talked for a little bit and he told me he blocked Manga Common because Manga Common blackmailed him. Of course, I asked for Manga Common's side of the story and wow, what Junkie thinks is blackmail is just fucking stupid. What was the awful thing Manga Common did? He recorded a call to use as leverage with Junkie. Oh my god, that sounds horrible! Until I listened to the call for myself, and this is how it started out.
Sorry. Hello? For obvious reasons, you know I can't... you've really kind of broken my trust on this, so...
Of course, as long as you're okay if we record as well.
That is perfectly fine. I have no problem with that.
Junkie, someone asking you for permission to record a call and you giving that permission and you doing the same is not fucking blackmail. Like, are you insane? He recorded the call in case you lied about it, which according to Manga Common you did in your Toby video. Now I can't check the video because Junkie took it down because he kept on jacking off Luke and as you all know, that point certainly didn't age well.
Well, now, if I may speak myself on this. The thing is that, while I did approve of that, Junkie, I do wish you guys had come to me before you went to Omnia for this, because she's claiming that Peaches now had, like, a whole hand in the video, but unfortunately, and this is something that when I try to explain to people, they don't want to listen because Manga Man bad now, they basically didn't pay attention because... If you guys had noticed, like, I don't know if you guys had access to the, the editing history for the video, for the script right there. Did I give you access to that?
It sounds like a metal bar just fell down. But Junkie, that's why Manga Common is upset. Misinformation was spread. But knowing you, you don't give a fuck about spreading misinformation. In fact, you do it yourself.
But I would like to point out that she's claiming that she had a part in the video that Jar and Fuchsia. Unfortunately, that is not the case. She actually talked me out of doing the video until Jar talked me back in, which was, like, at the 11th of October.
Yep, I can confirm this. That is true. It was my fault, not Peaches. Put the blame on me, not Peaches. That's what we were asking for. But of course, this is somehow proof that I want to revive the drama and only care about myself. Also, I want to make a side note, please don't give Omnia hate. This is not about them. This is about Junkie and the others.
And basically, people are assuming that Peaches was like, oh, she approved of Jar making that cuties comment or something like that, which is not even in the script.
I can confirm this as well. This was indeed true. Oh boy, that cuties point I made was really not a good idea. I mean, I don't think it's porn by the legal definition, and I do think it's a disturbing, disgusting movie, and I did a whole video bashing it. But yeah, I really shouldn't have made that point, knowing how the internet is.
I think Omnia's main concern was just the fact that like she spoke to her on like the previous day, and then like barely 24 hours later, she is helping you guys work with the video. Whether she
no. She is not helping us. She was helping me.
Junkie, this is why the call needed to be recorded, because you keep twisting things. For the love of God, please stop doing that.
I've noticed a problem within the commentary community in general. 90% of the interpersonal problems you all have can be solved if everybody just acts like adults and talks to each other.
Yeah, the problem with that is that some people actually want drama.
Manga requested Junk that we put in a proper apology in there, and I do agree that we can address this in there.
That is not what I requested. I requested that one of you guys say three things. One, that Peaches didn't influence the script. It's all on me, Jar, and Fuchsia. We are willing to take that L. And two,
that's already something we've mentioned in the script.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know your script, so I'm just going off of this right now. Plus, when Junkie, when I asked you about this, you only said, I heard you. You didn't give me any confirmation on that. So you can't...
I know.
Oh, I know what you want. It's an apology. No, it's not what we want. This is for Peaches, not me, Manga Common, or Future Brothers. Peaches, this is what it's about. Peaches, 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 Peaches.
Alright, I suppose we'll add in the section where we can mention that, and add a segment on my Twitter page mentioning it.
I appreciate that, Junkie. Thank you.
No problem.
I am going to say that you still did break my trust on that, and it's going to take a while for you to rebuild that, but this is a good starting point, and I don't think I'm being unfair with saying that.
And then Junkie proceeds to go behind Manga Kamen's back and start lying about him, saying that he blackmailed him, after Manga Kamen, out of the goodness and kindness of his heart, gave him another chance. What a fucking asshole.
But this kind of thing is not appropriate. It is not something that should have been brought up, and I'm almost this close with you, Junkie, to saying that I don't want you to show my script there, because you violated my trust very deeply. And I trusted you. I considered you a good friend. And this kind of thing, it really hurts.
Okay, so after a little bit, Manga Kamen fucking breaks down, and the fact that Junkie would lie about this, saying that Manga Kamen was just blackmailing him, it's just so fucking disgusting to me. Also, Junkie, again, if you think someone's blackmailing you, don't fucking block them, lie about them, and not expect it to be used against you. Like, holy shit!
Oh, I don't think you're unfair.
Junkie then proceeds to backstab Manga Kamen, lie about him behind his back, and block him. Like, bro, Manga Kamen is trying to give you a second chance here, and you just spat in his face. In bird culture, this is considered a dick move.
I suppose one question for me is generally, are you gonna be okay after all this happens? Like, especially if the video drops?
Not unless you block him, then lie about him behind his back. And here's 3 parts throughout the call where Junkie's editor is completely sorry and admits that they're in the wrong.
I truly am apologetic, Manga. I had no idea that this would be the consequences, and that was very short-sighted of me. We should have contacted you, and once again, I'm deeply apologetic that we've hurt your trust in this way. I'm highly apologetic. We should have reached out to you. It would have been much more mature to address it with you first. Oh, most likely, most definitely. To be brutally honest, I think it is our fault. We shouldn't have reached out to you, Manga, but it was a matter of impulse control at the time. We were digging through various evidence of people making very derogatory comments towards each other.
But according to Junkie, they also apparently think this recorded call was somehow blackmail, and they didn't correct Junkie and just left the group chat, so I have no reason to believe that Junkie lied about them. Now, Junkie has told me that he kept me blocked, even though I've never had someone block me just temporarily, then unblock me without me trying to get them to unblock me, because I mocked him when I said, "Oh, boo-hoo, someone called you a pedo."
It's not a good look for you guys.
Yeah, Junkie, guess what? The group that bullied me in my past did that to me from day fucking one. I know you feel that I mocked your super traumatic experience, but almost every YouTuber I know has gotten false pedo allegations. It's really nothing special anymore. Even Harley has gotten them, and they don't really care as much as you do. But here's the thing, while the allegations that Manga Kamen got weren't quite as bad as yours, he still got them on a much larger scale. Here's the recording of it.
And then, after that, I have been labeled as this horrible, racist person by quite a few people. I've gotten comments to the point where I basically hid those words from my channel.
And you still backstabbed him, claimed he blackmailed you, and blocked him. Junkie, you did exactly what you claimed you could never forgive me for, but on a much worse scale. Honestly, go fuck yourself. Okay, and now we're getting to the last person, BoxOvFox, aka Sparrow. Now, I suspected they were involved, but I didn't know that they were. Now, Seahorse, I want the names of everyone you told about my past without my permission. Now. And yes, Seahorse, this is the reason why you didn't have my permission, because people do shit like this behind my back with it. So what is the horrible thing BoxOvFox, aka Sparrow, did behind my back? Well, they tried to get one of my editors to not work with me, but they don't want to be involved in this situation, so I'll be blocking out their name, profile picture, and all that good stuff. And my editor working on this video will read out their comments, and I'll read out Sparrow's comments. But again, I am against leaking DMs, but when you try to attack one of my workers, all bets are off.
You better pay up the ass for me to do this. Okay, let's go.
Hey, I haven't watched this yet, but I have something to ask you. You're still working with Jar, right? Dude, I hate to do this, but I really don't know if I can be friends with you if you're still working for him. He's been doing really sleazy shit behind the scenes, like some grade A quality bullshit, and I just want to get away from all of that.
Like what?
Blackmailing for one, telling others their trauma was nothing compared to his. There's something big going behind the scenes, like I'm talking huge expose. Someone hired an attorney to put out this damn video and make sure their ass was covered, but because Jar wanted to be impatient and get his own video out about the situation, he caused dozens of victims to walk.
Where did you see this? What videos?
These videos aren't out yet. I've talked to people about this, but he's essentially blackmailing people to keep them from blocking him, even though they want nothing to do with him. Straight up saying, if you block me, I'm going to post a video, and flat out ruin what could be deemed a criminal case if handled correctly.
Jeez, do you have any screenshots or anything?
Sadly, I don't, Big Shocker. But these are also people who know I don't take bullshit telling me this. They've seen my scary side, let's just say. I don't know about you guys, but I'm absolutely terrified. Normally, I'm a pretty chill person, press X to doubt on that one. All jokes and laughs, but when I say these people have seen me scary, they've seen some nasty shit. I'll be one of the nicest people. You know, BoxOvFox, nice people don't constantly brag about how nice they are. You know, until you do something to cross me. Well, I've never done anything to cross you, ever. In fact, I've given you a fucking shout out. Which with me takes hell of a lot.
I'll have to ask Jar about this.
I've already told some people involved that I want to talk to him at some point, but I already know I'm not going to be able to hold myself back. Well, considering you blocked me after I just sent a few tweets your way, I'm certainly not expecting to ever talk to you. BoxOvFox, if I just was so impatient, then why hasn't my video been uploaded yet? Where is it? I don't see it. If you block someone and you don't want them to upload a video, then expect them to upload the video. Them keeping me unblocked is a compromise. I should have just uploaded the video immediately. But now they know 100% for sure that if they block me, the video is going up. Which is kind of hilarious now that you're involved in this situation and you blocked me. I only started to threaten to upload my video after I started catching you guys lying behind my back. It's a very short list. Don't lie about me, don't block me, and the video won't go up. It's as simple as that. What Junkie said was, after this situation is over, he doesn't want anything to do with me. Not that he didn't want anything to do with me at that moment. And I also stopped messaging him on Twitter. Why didn't you ask for my side of the story? Instead of lying to my editor trying to get them to not work with me, and told a lot of other people according to your own admission. If anything, you're the one blackmailing people. You're telling my editor, if they don't stop working with me, you're no longer going to be friends with them. I have waited for over a year. That is not being impatient. That is being patient, if anything. But you know what? Now there's going to be a time limit. Seahorse, you said you should finish your video and get all the court stuff done by December. Cool. Then my video is going to be going up in December. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You guys have lied about me one too many times, and the fact that I don't upload it immediately tomorrow really just shows how much of a pushover I am. At this point, me waiting on my video is not me being a nice guy, it's me being a pushover cuck. This is the second to last straw. If I catch you guys lying about me again, the video is immediately going up. My video is about me, it's not gonna hurt someone else's court case. A woman can't just try to sue Onision for doing non-consensual things to her, and then the court says, yes, but Mr. Repsion uploaded a video where he pointed out that Onision lied about him. So sorry, this messes with the court case too much. I'm not uploading my video because I know if we upload it all at once, my video will get more views and more people will be on my side with my situation. I'm not trying to upload my video early for money, fames, and views. If anything, I'll get less money, fame, and views if I upload it early. But no more lies. And yes, Seahorse, you claiming that the video will be done around December and it not being done by then will be counted as a lie. Now, one more thing about BoxOvFox. I have no proof of this next point because, well, they blocked me on Twitter, but they claimed that I record calls without consent. Now, I might have recorded the call I did with Super Sprite, but considering that was over a year ago, I can't remember that far back. And even then, according to Holy Majesty, Super Sprite records calls without consent. Now, I did get someone to ask Minnie the Mini if I asked him to record a call, and he said yes, so this is indeed true, but then I asked them to delete it. If I record calls so often, then why would I need to ask someone else to do it for me? Coasty claimed that Super Sprite records calls without permissions themselves, so if anything, I was using it to defend myself in case they try to take me out of context. BoxOvFox also claims that I record calls without consent often and use it to blackmail people. If that is true, then why haven't I used the call with anyone in any of my videos? To all the victims that I recorded without their consent and used it to blackmail them, now is your chance to come forward. I mean, after all, if only one of you come forward, it will prove that I'm a liar. But I have absolutely no fear that that will happen because I don't do that. Also, BoxOvFox, the editor you told already knows about the video about my past. I showed it to them because they were curious, and Seahorse told me they were almost done, which they weren't. So Seahorse, because you had to tell people without my consent about my past, unfortunately, all my editors will have to know about the video about my past. Because I can't have you and your friends going to them lying about what I said in my video to try to get them to no longer work with me. I am done playing games. I have caught you guys lying about me too many times, and what have I even done to you guys? Oh, I told Junkie boo-hoo someone called you a pedo. Wow, that is worse than all the things you guys have done to me. BoxOvFox, Majesty has made at least 3 videos talking about me. All I did was talk about them for 30 seconds in my last video. And they made a 4th video about me, spreading lies that I already debunked in my comment to them and my reply tweet to them a few days before their video went up, and I was planning to do a call with them and Niall to talk things out, but they never showed up. Majesty, my point wasn't that because you drew stuff like this in the past, that as a black man you can't call me a racist or anything like that. You can call me out for whatever you want. My point was just that, you know, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. I didn't say you couldn't, I just said don't. That's an argument no one would realistically make. I talked about you for 30 seconds after you did 3 videos on me. Calm the fuck down, you didn't have to leave YouTube. I don't give a fuck if you're a smaller channel than me. Niall is several times smaller than you and you still went after him. And talking to you guys is like talking to a fucking wall. Majesty, in the comment you placed on screen, I'm not claiming you called me racist. I'm just saying people claim I use the I have a black friend so therefore I can't be racist argument. And I've been talking to a lot of smaller commentators, and apparently Junkie, BoxOvFox, Majesty, and a bunch of others have been screwing them over. I want to talk about the group who bullied me, but I'm starting to think you guys might be worse. Now, to everybody who is curious about the video about my past, let's just say I made it a really long time ago, so it's only in the robot voice. If you don't like the robot voice, just put the video on double speed and it kind of gets rid of it. Also in the video, when I say something happened 6 to 5 years ago, well now it's 7 to 6 years ago because the video is over a year out of date. And lastly, expect my video about my past to go up tomorrow because I expect these guys to lie about me immediately.